Hey, this is Kevin again. Sorry it's taken over a month for me now to put something together, but I took a little time off. Anyway, this is my sub-Roman Britain army. It's probably the smallest one I have, but I enjoy it. The figures are from Splintered Light Miniatures, and this is kind of a gray area. The period of sub-Roman Britain, or the beginning of, between the time that the Romans left Britain until the amalgamation into various other kingdoms. I think it's kind of a very interesting period. You could think it's the time of Arthur or whatever else. But, they're fighting against very interesting foes: Picts, Saxon raiders, Anglo raiders, really trying to carve out their own existence. These Britons or Romans even left behind are trying to carve out their own existence against, various enemies. Not a lot written about the time, and archaeological evidence is somewhat shady. I'm sure that some of my British friends will correct me here, but I enjoy playing with this game or with these figures. And I think they just turned out actually quite beautiful, and I hope that you enjoy the army as it comes. Well, this is the sub-Roman Britain army that I have. It's probably one of the smallest ones of all the armies that I've possessed or I have, but I really like it nonetheless. The figures are brilliantly sculpted, and yeah, I think it's a very compact, wonderful little army. I did it probably about 8 years ago, 8 or 9, can't remember now, but the figures are from Splintered Light, all of them. I didn't blend in any here, except I think on the second row, those are Essex, where I brought in just some Britons that were tribal and maybe bolstered up some of the sub-Roman ranks. But anyway, this is these are the commander figures, and I really think that they're really nice. Let's see if we can get into some focus here. Not quite sure I can. Nope, not going to do it for me. But there, maybe a little bit better. Not quite sure. But anyway, I like how the poses are, how they've been created. Riding and thrusting spear and everything else. I think that they show some action in the figure. I really enjoyed it. And when I saw them the first time, I thought I wanted to have them. I think that they've really are a little bit better than most everything else that's out there. So I just kind of took liberty in painting it as far as the shield patterns, by just taking sub-Roman patterns that have existed in various online sources, and just created the army from that. So the cavalry are all one unit, 12 horsemen blocks. It's an 80 millimeter frontage by 60 millimeter depth. Light cavalry, and this unit right here is more of called the wolf warriors. They had long tails on their helmets, probably more fictitious than anything. I kind of made them an elite small unit, and yeah, I made 4 large, according to Hazel Caesar at least, 4 large infantry spear blocks, and then 4 Britain from wherever. It just kind of bolsters the army, makes them look pretty nice. The flags I got from Little Man Studio. I didn't feel like painting them this time, but I think overall they look pretty good. And yeah, it's a nice little army to put out on the table. And yeah, there's not much more to say about them. I don't know my history of sub-Roman Britain as well as I do know that they, at the fall of the Roman Empire, when the Roman legions pulled out, that they were there to kind of fend for themselves. And of course, these are the remnants that had to fight off the Angles and the Saxon invasions, Picts from the north, Celts, all kinds of turmoil during that time, but ultimately ended up into various states. This is way before Danelaw and before the time of Alfred the Great. But anyway, I wanted to show it, and yeah, I think it's a pretty good little wargaming army. I might add to it later, but right now I think it looks good, and I hope that you enjoyed it. The shield patterns are, I think, pretty nicely done, and should fit what people think of sub-Roman Britain. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll put up some pics. Not a long movie, but yeah, leave some comments if you like it, or if you think I should do something different. That would be great. Thanks. Well, I tried to get closer shots that I possibly could. I think with these pics you might be able to see them a little bit better. I'm still not an expert cameraman, but am venturing to become one, that's for sure. But I appreciate you watching my videos. I'm not trying to gain subscribers, but more create a wargaming compendium for people that want to paint or build or wargame with something, and they've got something to see and go to. So I think my motivation is a little bit different than some of my fellow YouTubers out there. Anyway, if you want to know any more, or you want some pictures sent to you personally, or ask about how things are built, or where I get my inspiration, just send me a note. Thanks.